anyway I can goddamn save that, man, because I was almost there.
You were close, man.
There's no way we can finagle that, huh?
Nah.
Finagle, what is it called? Finesse.
Yeah. It'll be better just to redo it. Almost wanted that.
Oh my God. All right, start over. You ready? How's it going, guys? Welcome to the third episode of That's a Bet. I'm your host, Darren Marquette. We're coming in off our second winning week in a row, going 6-3-1, 3-1-1 in the NCAA, and 3-2 in the NFL. It's championship week in the NCAA, and the NFL is coming down the stretch. I would like to get into the picks, but before I do, I would like to break down some of the terminology that I use and will be using throughout the videos for the rest of the time we're going. Mainly handicap picks and teasers. I would like to break down what a teaser is so people won't be confused, so you can win and you can keep that going. So I'd like to get into what a teaser is now. A teaser, or a two-team teaser, is a type of gambling bet that allows the bettor to combine his bets on two different games. The bettor can adjust the point spread for the two games, but realizes a lower return on the bets in the event of a win. A teaser is a type of wager used in sports betting, most commonly in basketball and football. This wager is a multi-team wager, allowing the bettor to choose a minimum of 2 teams up to, in some cases, 15 teams. The bettor will get points on his favorite to add or subtract to the teams chosen to improve the point spread chosen. There are 2 types of teasers known. The first kind, known as a super teaser, special teaser, big teaser, or monster teaser, allows the bettor to choose 3, 4, in some cases 5, and gives a larger number of points to add or subtract to the spread of the selections chose. In return, the bettor will receive less money than the one risked in the bet. The second type of teaser, known as a Vegas teaser or simply a teaser, is more of a combination between a parlay and the first teaser explained. In this case, the bettor will receive fewer points and adjust the spread of the selections chosen, but the more teams chosen in the wagers, from 2 to 15 in some cases, the higher the payout will be. For example, take the NFL games we had last week. We had Miami -7.5, Dallas -7, and the New York Giants -7. The teaser allowed us to adjust that spread down 6 points. So now the adjusted spread we have for the Dallas Cowboys is -1, the Miami Dolphins is -1.5, and the New York Giants was -1. That is what the teaser brings us, and that is how we are pulling out some of these wins that we have been pulling out. The teaser helps us, guys, and we're going to continue to use those 3 games a week in college and pro. Make sure you use that. You can use 6-point teasers, you can use 7-point teasers, up to 10-point teasers, but here we use 6 points, the lowest one possible, but we still are getting wins, and we're going to continue that, and now we're going to get into our picks. Clemson versus Virginia Tech. Guys, I love Clemson this weekend at -10.5. They are primed to take care of business in the neutral site game down in Tampa. This is a matchup that favors Clemson. They're ranked top 10 in total offense and defense. Also, they're ranked 3rd in the nation in sacks and tied for 10th with 16 interceptions. That comes from playing ahead, which they will do in this game. Deshaun Watson has an opportunity to close in on Lamar Jackson to steal the Heisman and the show Saturday night in a primetime game. Take Clemson -10.5. Colorado versus Washington. Guys, I get 8 points with Blue File, Lindsay, and the Buffs in another neutral site game in Santa Clara Saturday afternoon. I'm taking them along with their top 10 defense and great rushing attack. This should set up to be a great Pac-12 championship game. Washington is a great all-around team with weapons everywhere, but so does Colorado. I think the 8 points are too much to pass up on, so we're going with it. Take the Buffs +8. 3 handicap picks of the week for the NCAA. Remember to tease these guys. It's Alabama minus 24 against Florida and Atlanta. And we're gonna adjust that spread. It's gonna come out to be minus 18. Our second game is Wisconsin minus 2 in the Big Ten championship game versus Penn State. We're gonna adjust that spread. It's gonna come out to be plus 4. And the last game is Oklahoma State and Bedlam plus 12.5 versus Oklahoma. And that spread is gonna come out to be 18.5 after we tease it. Those are my 3 handicap picks of the week for the NCAA. Redskins versus Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are my favorite pick of the week for the NFL. Arizona has been lights out on defense at home in the confines of Phoenix Stadium. They're only giving up 11.8 points per game and is #1 in the NFL in total defense. Hard to believe with all their road woes. Count on the no-fly zone, who has 13 interceptions on the year, to handle Kirk Cousins and the Skins. And what would be a bad matchup for those guys, take the Cardinals minus 2.5. Steelers versus Giants. Taking the 6 points with the G-Man in Pittsburgh Sunday. It's something about teams that know how to win. The Giants have been one of the few who have pulled out games that they have no business being in. The Giants are coming in on a 5-game win streak. Definitely not blowing anyone away in the process, but I do get a veteran-led team with the 5th best scoring defense in the league at 19.4 points per game and 5th best rushing defense. Throw in Eli and Odell, we should have enough to cover the 6 we need. Take the G-Man plus 6. And guys, my 3 NFL handicap picks of the week. We're gonna tease these guys. First up is Dallas at Minnesota. Dallas is at minus 4. We're gonna adjust that spread to make Dallas 2-point underdogs. New England at home minus 13.5 versus the LA Rams. We're gonna adjust that one, making the new spread minus 7.5. And our last one is the Kansas City Chiefs plus 3.5 at the Falcons. We're gonna adjust that. It's gonna come out to be plus 9.5. That should be good enough to pull out with a great team like Kansas City. And that is it, guys. Those are my 10 picks of the week. Please like and subscribe to the video. See you next week. Peace.